Fellow in the city of Birmingham. What that has done for me is the ability to work with various types of cities and institutions, where it gives me perspective on how each of those organizations function and where they can fit in digital inclusion activities and digital inclusion coalitions. So that's why I'm excited to be able to share with you my experiences with the city of Birmingham, because since those previous experiences, I now can identify those places and organizations and institutions and leaders that I feel like would be great leaders in forming a coalition to advocate for the city of Birmingham. I'm not there yet. I'm not even there yet with convincing them how necessary it is, and I have some time and I got some things in the works. This gives me fuel to be able to bring these ideas back to them in order to form their coalition. So, City of Birmingham obviously is interesting. It's a blueberry and tomato soup as far as their political landscape in Alabama. So it's I did not come up with that. Someone came up to me and I was like, I'm taking it. I'm rolling with it. And because of that, and the work that, the conversations that I've had with Alabama State Broadband Office, I know it's going to be important that the city of Birmingham works even extra harder to advocate for themselves in order to get any of the BEAD money and definitely any of the DEA money. So that's my experiences, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I guess I got.
Yeah, so believe it or not, Alabama has a well-functioning broadband office. And so, and so they've been small and mighty, just like most of them, but they have been, the Governor Ivey of Alabama has been very proactive even before the pandemic with releasing funding opportunities to do build outs in the rural areas. So this is just something that they have absorbed. And so one of the things that I will, say that contacting your broadband office is very, very important if you've not already done that, right? Because they're either running around like chickens with their head cut off, or they're trying to actually move things forward. So one of the things that I was able to do during my fellowship with City of Birmingham was that the office, it's called the EDECA, Economic Development Office, that runs the broadband, put out not an RFP, but I guess it's an RFP for some technical assistance. And so I got the City of Birmingham to apply for that technical assistance all around IIJA, BEAD, and DEA. And so we were one of the first counties to start getting that technical assistance. So the state will be using its resources to do some asset mapping, doing some community surveys, and things of that nature as they figure out how they're going to use their disbursement of funds. And so what I have not seen yet from Alabama is what is their actual planning around their DEA projects and their DEA money and how they're going to activate those funds, which is yet another reason why I'm like, okay, let's get you ready, Birmingham, in order to be able to start advocating for that plan. Because they have, Alabama did produce a digital equity plan a couple of years ago, and if that's the plan they decide to follow along, it's a little outdated and it needs to be updated. And so I think my advice would be to, if you haven't already, get with your broadband office. You may be additive to them because they may be still trying to figure it out. But if they're already kind of chugging along, you want to make sure that you are pushing back the status quo that a lot of state governments work in, to make sure that you are advocating for your particular communities, and your coalition can do that. I'm literally going to steal what's on my colleague's table. This is what I'm going to tell them. Digital divide is the issue. digital equity is the vision, and digital inclusion is the work. That's what I'm going to tell you. The key takeaway is going to be you cannot leave this summit thinking that this is someone else's problem. This is everyone's problem. It is a 21st century social inequity that has to be addressed today. That's your key takeaway.